Rangers, taken out by the Germans. Geschützwagen out in the open as well, and suffering heavy damage from the Rangers, and German fire is now in deep trouble and destroyed. Another Geschützwagen down, which only goes to show they are not, even at this stage, when they're clearly in need of being nerfed, they are not overwhelming beasts of German destruction, but are in fact in dire need of proper support lest they be picked apart, as you've seen here twice already. Another infantry assault moving in, Nebelwerfer fire ranging in from a position near the western German base, not doing an awful lot, actually missing for the most part since he probably does not have line of sight, meaning any artillery is going to be highly inaccurate.
The enemy is down to
Strafing run once more suppressing the Grenadiers, but For the Fatherland goes off, encouraging the riflemen, Grenadiers to fight to the last for what they hold dear. Riflemen taking heavy losses against the much encouraged Grenadiers, who are now impervious to any minor wounds, forcing the riflemen back with heavy losses, many lying wounded on the ground while a few have died already. Sniper moving around, skulking in the background, not really doing much. In fact, Grenadiers pushing back the mortar positions, and riflemen and airborne trying to stem the tide, but not really causing any major losses. Now the Germans are moving in, letting loose with their machine guns and high explosive shells, causing heavy losses to the riflemen and forcing them back. Why do I keep calling them riflemen? Yes, they both have rifles, but that's not the same. The Grenadiers have secured anti-tank gun firing away at the German tank, but question is, how much good will they do? And will they be able to do enough damage to the packs? Germans are packs. German taking out the anti-tank gun with a single shell, blowing it apart, killing the crew and forcing a full rout from $2, since he can't hold the line without any anti-tank guns at this moment, and even an American anti-tank gun will do at this moment. Nebelwerfer finding itself under fire from airborne who have snuck around, trying to flank it. And currently the entire front line is almost abandoned except for a single machine gun team. The GG is going out, Gendodimir having realized he is probably won at this moment, and HQ King apparently agreeing with him. And Gendodimir pointing out what I've been saying as well, less snipers. A final assault from the Grenadiers, but finding itself under heavy fire. Some trying to seek cover in the bunker, not the best position since only man will be able to fire out at any time. But when it's a Panzerschreck, it's probably going to be well enough. But they probably should get out unless they want to be buried alive inside the bunker, and they were. A concrete tomb for the fatherland. Germans moving around, taking pot shots at the Grenadiers, who are desperately trying to hold off the Germans with their Panzerschrecks, but now with 3 on the field, are finding it won't do them much good. Forcing a retreat once more, as they are trying to hold back the armor. Nebelwerfer having been cleared by a combined rifleman and ranger assault, and desperate attempt to hold them back as well from there with the riflemen, Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers, since they clearly can't deal with the tanks. They might as well try with the American riflemen. And we have a King Tiger being moved in completely alone on its own. Not really the best thing to do, in particular when you're rushing it right into infantry, as now its engine is damaged, and King Tiger engines are particularly difficult to repair. as they also were in real life, and many were in fact abandoned either because of engine troubles or because they simply had no fuel. So trundling along, engine damaged, is at this moment mostly a moving fortress and less of a heavy tank. Shermans
The enemy is down to 25
stalwartly
points.
overlooking the entire battlefield, while the Germans' troops on the east are once more finding themselves suppressed from a nearby low-flying fighter plane. Shermans moving out once more. Snipers crushed under the treads of one Sherman, brutal and unrelenting. They are no more. King Tiger moving in, knocking out one Sherman tank. Another looking as an easy target. Knocked out as well by the heavy armor of the fatherland. The King Tiger, Königstiger, or also more technically Tiger 2. Germans trying to hold these in flank, but it's getting more and more desperate as the pressure is coming from every side. But with the aid of the King Tiger, they are finally able to make a solid push. And our Grenadiers, along with the King Tiger, pushing into the middle, suffering heavy losses, but game over it seems. Well, I hope you had an exciting match, and I hope I provided some interesting commentary to this match, and I hope General Gendodimir will be pleased with it. As to what can be learned from this battle, one is, don't go heavily on snipers. You'll only find yourself without much to actually fight with or take territory with, and in particular in 2 versus 2s you'll force all the fighting over to a teammate who in this case suffered heavy losses, heavy attrition, and for most of the part wasn't really able to push forwards, but had to still stand still and hold the line while the enemy chose where to attack, with quite a large effect most of the time. Anyhow, if you like this, why not subscribe, and if you feel like you have an interesting match, feel free to send in at the email that'll be provided. Cheers!